point of time. The whole point of having this conversation today is to just take you through some of my experiences. Video itna important kyun hai? Do you really need a studio setup to get video running? What is the importance of content, and what part of the content that you guys should focus on? Some of these things that we will talk over the next 20 minutes. And of course, if you have any questions at the end, then we'll of course try to take that as well. The whole point is that if you have anything, any doubts, any questions right at the beginning, in the middle of the conversation, also please feel free to throw it, because we can while we are talking. So that's the simple rule of the game. Try to keep it. We'll try to keep it interactive. This is just a small attempt, because I'm told that a lot of people want to know about how to do live streaming, how to do live chats, how to live stream on YouTube, for example, or Periscope. Facebook obviously is there. So let's start with the very basics. Why video? Let's start with why video. So you see, what has happened is, from text we moved on to pictures, from pictures we moved on to GIFs, from GIFs we moved on to video. Imagine yourself that you're living in a text-free world. Imagine that where we are headed at this point of time is all a visual world at this point of time. It's all about visual cues. It is all about video. So if you do a line in text, then you translate that line into a meme, then you translate that line into a GIF, then you translate that same line in an impactful 10-second, 5-second video, you will have the maximum impact on video. Any message that you want to broadcast, you will have the maximum impact on video. So there's no debate over that. Social media is video. There is no debate, there is no discussion over it. The future is video. And the way internet is booming in India, video consumption is going through the roof. People expect you to do video. Then from that question, and before we come to the equipment and the audio and the lighting of video, the other important question is, where do you broadcast your video? Where does this video content of yours actually go to? And that's also very important key. Where do you want to be seen live, or where do you want to be on recorded, as a matter of fact? You see, all platforms have gone video, whether be it YouTube, which is the original mover, then Facebook made that gradual but very, very hard shift onto video. Instagram was about photos. Now Instagram is all about videos. With the IGTV, Instagram TV, you can upload 1 hour of content onto Instagram as well. So the social media platforms have, Twitter, of course, has Periscope. Social media platforms have understood that text will not do. 140 characters or 256 characters are definitely not going to cut any ice, and even pictures are not going to do the trick. So all social media platforms are geared for video at this point of time. YouTube is obviously one step ahead because it has monetization on video, whatever little monetization, but it has a monetization system. And I'll take you through the advantages and disadvantages of Facebook, Periscope, and of course, YouTube and Instagram, before we go into the hardware part of it. The thing is that I have done Facebook, I have done Periscope, I have done a little bit of Instagram TV, and I have done YouTube. My personal preference obviously is YouTube. There are a few reasons for that. First and foremost, YouTube allows you to stream not only from the inbuilt YouTube player, but also from platforms like OBS. So you can actually have a news bulletin sort of a thing. If you practice enough, and if you are interested enough in a little bit of software, you can actually fire graphics, you can fire different plates, you can change your look. So there is a lot of things that you can do on YouTube live stream. The second killer feature that YouTube has now introduced is something it used to be on a third-party basis, but it's called a super chat, whereby while I'm chatting with you, I have questions that come in on the side. And if somebody is so interested, or if somebody wants to support the channel, they will pay you $100 or $200 or $300 or $400, and that question goes right at the top. So not only are they supporting you, they are actually getting to ask you a question by cutting in the line. And YouTube keeps whatever 25-30% of that and gives you the rest. That itself has become a monetization option, because YouTube knows कि भैया आजकल पैसे तो दे नहीं रहे ज़्यादा in terms of monetization. So this is another way. YouTube is also now going to introduce something called the sponsor button, whereby your channel will get a button where people are going to give you $150 a month. So it's a sponsor button. You will be able to sell merchandise very soon on YouTube also. That is also in the beta stage. So on a live platform, YouTube is good. Facebook, because it has such a huge latent audience already to it, so broadcasting onto Facebook makes a lot of sense, although monetization is not that great. And Facebook, of course, the algorithms are so confusing that people haven't been able to figure that one out very well. So you have, of course, the issue of monetization in the other platforms. Periscope, honestly speaking, for very short videos, for urgent videos, for immediate videos, not very prepared videos or long videos, you want to have a short burst of a message, then you should go for Periscope, then you should go for Instagram. 2-minute video, 3 minute video, 4-minute videos, short videos, you can go for that. But for longer videos, live stream videos, I would obviously say YouTube first and then Facebook. Having said that, you should ideally live stream into a platform jahan aapki already solid following hai. You have a few thousand followers. You have a dedicated core audience. That brings me to the next point. Do you need lakhs of followers or even thousands of followers to broadcast live? Honestly, no. One thing that you have to understand in the online world and the social media world is that this is not saas bahu sazish, where the lowest common denominator has to work. But yeah, the maid is also watching the same serial, the driver is also watching the same serial, the house malkin is also watching the same serial, the grandmother of the housewife is also watching the same serial. That is why they found this lowest common denominator cut of the saas bahu serials. But we are living in the age of sacred games. We are living in the age of narcos, where if you have a good content at a very low cost, at a very nominal cost, you will be able to broadcast yourself out to those people who are concerned with what you want to do. You are a Lego specialist. You are a doggy nail art specialist. You could be as niche as possible, but you know what? If that core audience you're able to appeal to, even in a few hundreds, your game, you're set. So that is definitely there for you to consider. Now, let's come to the big question. भाई ये जो वीडियो होता है, इससे क्या होता है, कैसे बनाया जाता है ये वीडियो, कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, ऑल दी पैराफिनेलिया, इसके लिए आपको स्टूडियो चाहिए होता है या नहीं चाहिए होता. आई कम फ्रॉम 10 years ऑफ टेलीविजन एक्सपीरियंस पहले, सो आई ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू थिंक मैं ऐसा सेटअप बनाऊंगा, मैं यहाँ से माइक ऊपर से आएगा मेरे ऊपर, मैं साउंड प्रूफ रूम बनाऊंगा, मैं SLR कैमरा लूंगा. Only to realize that after having done some of these things, not all of this, never got around to the soundproof room part of it, but one comes to realize that जो आप अपने मोबाइल फोन से बनाते हो, जो आप अपने मोबाइल फोन से बनाते हो, that video does much better than any SLR video that you have shot. This is the brutal realization in the world of online media, social media, is people care two hoots about whether you're wearing a tie, whether you're wearing a jacket, whether the output is slick or not. The output could be grainy for all you might care. But if the content is compelling, if you're making some sense or speaking from the heart, people will watch you. So the first fulcrum rule of social media that I came to realize in a big way was that doesn't matter whether you're talking from a Nikon 7100 DSLR fitted with a 1.4 f50mm, putting my background, my bookcase in the background into a bokeh blur, and you know, you're rocking it. It doesn't really matter. On social media, what matters is what you're talking about, what your content is, who your core audience is, and if you're able to appeal to that core audience. Having said that, few things that you have to keep in mind. It is not the video, it is the audio. सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम होती है लोगों को ऑडियो में, because what happens is that the completely new guy will just do this and go on online. The problem with that is that even the best of mobile phones don't really capture audio that well. It has to do with a little bit of physics के वजह से भी होता है कि यहाँ है और आप वो कैप्चर नहीं हो पा रहा है. So I'll just put you 3 very simple ways of capturing great audio. The first great way of capturing audio is this. This is your simple mobile phone ka microphone, and it does an awesome job in any ways capturing your audio. Now you will say, "अरे यार ये तो बहुत दिख रहा है, ये तो ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता है, ये तो इसका कोई use नहीं है." So I'm just doing this to demonstrate to you how simple is it. So what a lot of people do, a lot of YouTubers do who are starting out, is they snip off. They pick up an old one and they snip it off from here. ये बन गया आपका छोटा सा mic. This is your mic, and they paste it under their t-shirt, or they just hide it right under the camera frame here. So they cut it off and they put it. So that is something that you can obviously do. So that's number one. Okay, so you want to be a little professional. You don't want to go snipping away headphones. So you buy this. This is my favorite now. Once I mentioned it, people said, "Acha, tum isko plug kar rahe ho." I don't think Boya needs any plugging by any YouTuber. This is a Boya mic. I don't know. You'll not be able to see the lettering, but this is a Boya mic, and this costed me a grand total of 1,500 rupees. It has a 20 feet long cable. जितना दूर बैठ के आपको बात करनी है आप बात करो. It has a small toggle switch also. This toggle switch basically makes it toggle between a mobile phone and an SLR. So you can use it with a mobile phone also, and you can use it with an SLR also. So very diverse. A lot of YouTubers iPhone 1,500 rupees, and you get great clip-on audio. So it has a clip, it has a clip, it has a clip, and it has a wind buffer. This is what you call a wind buffer. It takes out any air that is coming towards the microphone. So that is the wind buffer. So that's all there is to it. 1,500 rupees Boya mic. If you're feeling very rich, and if you think that you have to do something amazing, this is the new baby that I have purchased. This is a Rode portable microphone. It's actually a microphone that is built for vlogging. It is a microphone that you can use with a mobile phone camera as well. It has a small out, and that out can go into a small camera, or it can go into a mobile phone. This baby will cost you about 4,500 rupees, but a Rode microphone, one of the best in class. It doesn't get better than that in terms of portability. In terms of a very small microphone, ये जो बड़ा सा देख रहे हो, it is just a wind buffer, so it is just to prevent wind from going into the microphone. But that's it. So I mean, of course, the range from here from 4,500 will go to 4,50,000 also. But that's all you need for a decent audio. So audio being the most important in this conversation. On top of that, then you would say that it's such an audio ho gaya, iske baare mein video batao. But the video is not very important, and I'll tell you why. Because you're looking at me through a webcam. एक laptop का webcam, which is not a very good idea, but that's what you're looking at me. Yet the image is a little grainy because, of course, it's night time. And when I use this lighting with an SLR, people say, "यार तुम्हारा तो setup बहुत अच्छा है, पीछे chroma लगा के रखा है तुमने. What sort of output do you have, and what sort of lighting, studio lighting do you have?" These are 2 tube lights. I've just got 2 tube lights. That's all lighting that I have. 2 LED tube lights burning brightly in the room, and you are set on the lighting. So you don't really need umbrella setup, ye wo shusha. You don't need any of that. All you need is nice bright lighting in the room, which is not too harsh. Or you have your window and Mother Nature and sunlight streaming through the window. That's all you need. You do not need, again, studio lighting and umbrella lighting and incandescent lighting or LED lighting. You just need good lighting. Thoda sa soft ho. Sometimes I feel this lighting is a little too harsh. That's why you see some shadows here. Oily skin bhi thoda sa ho raha hai. But that's all you need. People, again, are not really looking into your skin tonality. Really, they're looking at your content. So lighting, that's where the lighting comes into play. Then comes, I would say, what is the camera that you're using. So I've told you about audio this, audio Boya, a lapel mic, and of course, if you really want to spend, then the Rode. Then I've told you the lighting, and now I'm going to tell you about the camera. Camera, of course, is not very important, but when you have done a few lives, when you know about your content, then you really want to have some decent presentation. That's when you get into the camera department. The first camera department that you get into is obviously your laptop webcam. That's your most basic thing. It'll get your message across. You want to go one step ahead, and then you get yourself a phone. Today's phones have great front-facing cameras, whether be it a Xiaomi, whether be it a OnePlus 6, whether be it, of course, the Apple. All of them have a good front camera. This is something that I have used a lot. This is all that you really need. This is a small tripod to make it sit on the table. And this is a 150 rupees ka clamp for the phone. And this is your phone. That's it. And you're set. So all you need is just this. This itself can be your entire kit to start vlogging, to take your message out. And of course, if this might give you a hollow audio, then you have this mic that you attach to it, and you are set. It is as simple as that. So this is your most basic thing. You either do a webcam broadcast, you can of course record yourself on a mobile phone, and again, if you're feeling so enthused with it, then you can go for an SLR shoot. The only difference with an SLR is it will increase your headache of taking out the footage from the SLR, putting it onto a laptop or a phone, processing it, and then sending it out. While on a webcam or on a mobile phone, you can just shoot and you can use that footage directly, or you can stream that directly, which you can't do with an SLR. But what the SLR does, obviously, is that in the same lighting, in the same background, it will make me look so amazing, fantastical. If you see some of my videos that I do on YouTube, you can just type youtube.com/Akash Banerjee, and you'll get the political satire videos that I do. And those videos are recorded on an SLR. And a lot of guys have asked me what is the kind of studio equipment that I use. What the SLR does and what the portraiture lenses on SLRs do is basically आपका background bokeh में डाल देंगे, आपका face अच्छे से shoot करेंगे. The 50mm Nikon lens is called the portraiture lens. उसका नाम ही है portraiture because it's very good at shooting faces. Even ugly faces, it makes look very nice. So that's the job of that lens. But उसमें complication बढ़ जाएगा. So you have to decide. But the options are from very, very cheap to marginally expensive. There is nothing that's super expensive that you need really to start your whole online career, online vlogging, online live chats. So you've got audio, you've got light, you've got camera, then you of course got action. Action is of course very, very important. For the simple reason is that people don't want to get bored. So not many people want to see this guy sitting in front of a bookcase and blabbering away. People want to have a little bit of action. So if you can take that camera out, if you can walk, if you can walk and talk, or if you're showing some action, if you are showing some creativity that is happening, it'll be even better when you're talking with some action. So since I do political satire, so there's not much of a walking, running that I can do. I will put up a lot of pictures, I will put up graphs, I will put up memes, I will put up movie clips while I'm doing one episode of 15-20 minutes, thereby to keep the action going. So very, very important is not just to talk, but have some sort of demonstration, kit, clips, graphics, visual aids to keep the action, keep the screen changing, and that really has some impact in terms of sustaining really your audience. And of course, at the end of the day, it is the content that matters. I can't emphasize more, anymore कि content कितना important है. Finally, it doesn't boil down to whether your audio should be decent, but your lens is that great or not, etc., etc. Or lighting is also that great or not, or broadcast speed क्या है, what is your bandwidth, etc., etc. Doesn't matter that much as to your core audience and your core message. That you need to sharpen out. Sometimes you are not sharpened out. मुझे भी बहुत time लगा था to understand exactly what is the message that I'm trying to send across. Okay, it is political satire. Okay, it is non-partisan. Okay, it will have data-based humor and satire. So you need to cut yourself very fine as to understand what is the audience and TG that you're going to impact. किसकी पोल खोलनी है, किसके बारे में बताना है, किसको educate करना है. As long as you're adding some value to whatever you're talking about, I think that really helps a lot. Adding value is very important, So that's all about it. That's the time that I have been given. And I'll wrap it up in that time. You can obviously have a look at my YouTube channel. My contact information is also there. My Twitter handle is @Akash Banerjee. That's on Twitter. And on YouTube, you can find me youtube.com/Akash Banerjee. So have a look at that and let me know what you think. And if you have any more questions, you can pop in the questions right now so that I can take maybe 5 minutes and answer any questions. Anurag Chaturvedi, बहुत खूब भाई. Thank you, Anurag. Anurag has of course seen me before also, at least on YouTube channel also. So Anurag, today you get to know कि अच्छा होता कैसे है पीछे से. Richa, yes, dog nail art. So I was just trying to be, as specific as possible. Yeah, I mean, it could be a dog nail art specialist. You see, the beauty of the internet is that you're not restricted to Delhi or Northeast or South India. You could be appealing to somebody in Vancouver, in Helsinki, in London, in America. I think that is something that you have to keep into your mind, is that can you have yourself a global audience? No matter if it is for dog nail art specialists, even there you will have a huge audience once you take that whole aspect global. So it's very easy. It's not rocket science. I think it's one of the easiest things, really. I mean, I have done television and I know how difficult television is. और कितना गणित लगता था पहले कि शूट करो, फिर टेप इंजेस्ट करो, फिर वो कंप्यूटर लेता है, फिर आप एडिट मशीन पे बैठते हो, फिर आप मिक्स डाउन करते हो, फिर आप उसको लाइव सर्वर पे डालते हो. It used to be a huge process earlier, but now what these phones have done, and digital cameras have done, is that you just shoot and you just post. Nobody is bothering with edits also now. If it's raw, if it's uncut, if it's spoken from the heart, you don't need to edit it anymore. Also, it is that convenient now. So that's that. All right. So guys, okay, Suchita Agarwal, thoughts on IGTV, please. Is it the next YouTube? Suchita, I really don't think IGTV, because YouTube has such a big advantage right now, and they have so many tricks up their sleeves, that IGTV is just now starting off. I'll just take you through some of the facts of the matter, and that's a pertinent question, is because I also thought about IGTV also. First and foremost, YouTube already has an ecosystem. It's the first mover advantage. Even over Facebook, it has an ecosystem of creators. As a matter of fact, I don't know any serious creator who's only banking on Facebook at this point of time. They will either be working on Insta and YouTube, or Facebook and YouTube. Facebook, of course, has a huge audience, but the creator community is definitely on YouTube. I think what IGTV does is that it is recognizing that YouTube does not have any challenger at this point of time. तो कोई challenge करने के लिए कोई तो होना चाहिए, and they are moving into this space of video. YouTube has monetization. IGTV does not have monetization. YouTube has an ecosystem. IGTV does not have an ecosystem. YouTube has all the creators. IGTV does not have any creator. YouTube is now introducing stuff like live chat, live stream, which is monetizable with people asking questions. They're introducing a store where you can sell your merchandise. So creators can sell their own merchandise. So YouTube is aware that monetization and making creativity profitable is very, very important, and has been a tool for their growth. They're going to keep doing that, while IGTV is just trying to make the inroads. And the other big issue, of course, is that whatever you shoot for YouTube is not going to work on IGTV. Whatever you're going to shoot on IGTV is not going to work for YouTube, is because IGTV is only going to accept format which is vertical, and YouTube can accept format which is vertical and which is horizontal, but IGTV will only take format that is, so basically it is a medium shot from the mobile phone for the mobile phone. So that's how they are looking at their content. So it's a differentiator. Let's see how that works out to be. But right now, Suchita, the ecosystem is with YouTube as of now. Okay, do we have any more questions? Okay, Leha Divakar, what is the ideal length, oh boy, of a YouTube video? बहुत मार पड़ती है मुझे इस सवाल पे, बहुत मार पड़ती है. So people comment say इतने लंबे वीडियो मत बनाया करो, 15-15 मिनट के वीडियो मत बनाया करो. So after pulling myself down, I have managed to come down to 10 minutes. If you ask a social media specialist, he will tell you 3 to 4 minutes is the maximum length of a video that it should be, because people don't stay on with a video beyond that point of time. However, Leha, just remember this. If your specialty is tattoo art, I'm not saying tattooing actually, but tattoo art, and you have to explain maybe in a computer Corel Draw, or actually draw something, and you have to explain a long drawn thing, it will not fit in 3-4 minutes. ये जो 3-4 मिनट का जो हवा है has been thought of. Why? Because all those funny videos that keep doing the rounds, those viral videos. Maybe you're not a funny person. Maybe you don't want your video to go viral. Maybe you want it only for your core audience that wants to watch it for 10-15 minutes, and that's not a problem. So, Leah, to answer your question, the ideal length, mathematically speaking, is about 4 minutes. My personal view time, and YouTube is very brutal to tell you, people watch me for 5.5 minutes, which is very good. My videos are 10 minutes long. That means they're not all of them are not watching my full videos. But if you are making it for a core audience, if it requires you to talk more, if it requires you to show more, Leha, please feel free to make longer videos. Don't get, there are no rules on social media. Ki bhaiya itne ka banao tabhi chalega. If your stuff is good, it doesn't matter whether it is 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It doesn't matter. But what it should is add value. It should not be boring. It should not be long drawn. It should have value, and people will watch for it. Yeah. That's what I hope. Any more question? Suchita. Oh, what do you need for successful monetization of your blog? Oh, tough one to answer, because people do random stuff also on blogs, yeah. Every day, आज मैं नहाने जा रहा हूँ, आज मैं market जा रहा हूँ. I can just tell you from whatever little bit of experience I have of tracking some of the vloggers and doing and of course working on a YouTube channel. I do political satire, so I think the value that I'm adding is political satire. Somebody is doing unboxing, so the value that they're adding is when I want to know about a product, like Technical Guruji, for example. So I will go to Technical Guruji and understand कि boss ये product अच्छा है कि नहीं है. So successful monetization depends on how many people are coming to watch you, ideally on a regular basis. So if somebody is regularly coming to Technical Guruji to watch, or regularly coming to Akash Banerjee to watch, then it's good. Monetization is also if you're able to pull in some sponsors. I don't do it because I do news related content. I try to make news entertaining, so not many sponsors are interested in sponsoring something like that, because it might just get them backlash from the government. But if you can get in anchor sponsors, if you're talking about beauty products, if you're talking about a car, if you're talking about a camera, can you get sponsorships from there? Patreon is a very, very important tool. I have started a Patreon channel and I get monetization from there, is because people say that we believe in what you're trying to do. We want you to hire a team. Here is a little bit of contribution from our side. So Patreon, Patreon, Patreon is a website that allows you to have patrons who will say that here's a little contribution from my side. See if you can take this work forward. But that work should be unique. It should appeal to people. Like I'm doing political satire, which is completely an alien format in India. It's a very popular format in America. It's completely alien in India. So people say that, अच्छा चलो इसको तुम आगे बढ़ाओ. तो इसके लिए हम आपको contribute कर रहे हैं. So that becomes a monetization platform as well. So these are the various, you'll have to experiment with YouTube revenues. You'll have to experiment with sponsors. You'll have to experiment with Patreon. It's not a very easy thing to do. That I have to admit. Okay. Any more questions? And it does not have to be any more questions, because we are already out of time actually. So I'll be happy to close this at this point of time. Okay. So guys, many thanks for joining us, and I hope that thoda sa value add ho gaya. I think this is anyways going to be there. So you can tune in later also. But very quick recap of whatever conversations that we had. Audio is the only thing that you should be really concerned about from the technical aspect. And for audio, I told you that even a microphone of your phone ka headphone really works. And of course, if you really want to spend, then you have Rode. Little, it can become your puchi pet also. So you have the Rode microphone also. In terms of camera, you can start off with your webcam, you can go to your phone cam, and then of course you can go to your SLR. But ultimately what matters is your content. Have a sharp enough content. You know what you want to do with this channel, know who you want to talk to on a global scale, and then you will do very well. All right? Okay, chalo. So that's I think time for me to say bye, and it's almost 10 o'clock also. So everybody has a Monday morning also to attend to it. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Okay, I'll catch